Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Milrod with another one of my kind of short throwback car reviews. It's not a review about cars, but I tend to film these in the car on the way to different things. Today it's a Sunday brunch with the family, and so filming this on the way, and just thought I would do a quick throwback review for fun today of 2017's Power Rangers movie. I don't know if you saw this one, or maybe it was 2016 when this movie came out, but kind of the attempt at the reincarnation for the big screen of the Power Rangers. Now, let me tell you, I am one of the biggest Power Rangers people you'll probably meet, and that's kind of probably pretty nerdy to admit. But when I was a kid, I loved the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. When I was a kid, I loved Power Rangers in space. I loved the Power Rangers movies. Everything about Power Rangers I wanted to be a part of. I don't know what it was. It was just something cool about the suits and the way they fought, and the music was always great. You know, go go Power Rangers. You know, it was just so good, and I loved Power Rangers as a kid. And so I was able to pick up. Now I think I saw it in theaters back when it came out, and I'm pretty sure it was something like 2016. But I remember seeing it in theaters, and I found the Blu-ray for it really cheap the other day, and so I watched it last night. And you know, I think I probably liked it more than most people, just because I am such a big Power Rangers person, and being able to see Zordon and Alpha and the Rangers and the Zords and the Megazords and Goldar and Rita Repulsa, like all of these characters that I remember from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers the series are here. And I think that's okay. And then they played the song, and at the end there's a cameo from Tommy, who was the Green Ranger, and then the White Ranger, and then Kimberly from the original show, the Pink Ranger, the actress that plays Kimberly from the original show. So the cameos were cool. So like, this had the bones and you know, the theoretical story and kind of the nostalgia to win here. Unfortunately, I think this movie misses the mark by quite a bit, and I hate to say that, because it's such a cool IP. There's probably a reason why we haven't seen another major like live action Power Rangers movie since this movie came out. You know, all I could think about the entire time was, where are the Power Ranger suits? This movie is a 2-hour runtime, about right at 2 hours. And you don't see the Power Rangers in their power suits probably until like an hour and 30 or an hour and 40 minutes into this movie. And for a movie that calls itself the Power Rangers and then doesn't show the actual Power Rangers fighting in the power suits until an hour and 30 or an hour and 40 minutes into a 2-hour film, to me is like horrible. Like, how can you make a Power Rangers movie and not show Power Rangers? Now, they focus very intently on these 5 teenagers and them coming together, and the bond that is required in order for them to be able to morph. Now, I remember back watching Power Rangers when I was a kid. I don't remember that much teamwork and effort being required for the Power Rangers to be able to morph. I think these directors wanted to make like a feel-good, it almost felt like The Breakfast Club, you know, where you have this misfit of people. In fact, they're in detention together. You have this misfit group of folks who come together in this like Breakfast Club-esque type thing, and then, you know, they kind of stumble upon the, you know, Zordon ship, and, you know, they become the Power Rangers, but they don't actually become the Power Rangers until an hour and 30 minutes into the movie, because they have to bond and tell each other about all of their misgivings and everything that went on in their past, I guess, you know. And so, as much as I really want to love this movie, I liked like the last 20 minutes. The last 30 minutes when, you know, they're actually the Power Rangers, and they get the Zords, and they're actually doing what you remember they do. They finally play the song, and they're doing what you remember the Power Rangers doing in the old Mighty Morphin Power Rangers show. So, some other technical things here. I do think the casting was good. I thought it was interesting. It was like a modern take on what each of the roles would be. So I didn't have anything wrong with like the actors or kind of how they chose to portray everybody. I did think the visual effects in this film were really poor. Like most of Rita Repulsa's scenes in this movie up until the end, when they're trying to portray her having like superpowers and being able to like zoom to places, it's just awkward. Like you can tell it's like video effects. You can tell the CG is all over the place. There's even a scene in the beginning of the movie where Kimberly like jumps off a cliff and dives into a pond. And even in that scene, like you can see what seems to be CG. Like after she jumps off, it's like a CG person like falling into the water, and it looks really awkward. At least it looks to me, to my eye. And so the CG was really sloppy in this movie also. And the writing was corny, you know. So again, if you're looking for just like your Power Rangers nostalgia fix, which is what I was looking for, I don't know, it was a decent use of a couple hours on a Saturday night. But I would say you could probably fast forward to the last 30 minutes of the movie and really get kind of what you're looking for with regards to the Power Rangers, their suits, the Zords, the fight against Goldar, you know, all these characters that you know and love, and the music, you know, at the end of the movie. So, unfortunately, I think the Power Rangers movie misses the mark. I think it missed the mark back in the day. I think it had just like average, like 50 or so on the critics' score on Rotten Tomatoes at the time when it came out. And I think that's about the way I feel about it. I think what makes me more frustrated is just because I'm someone who grew up with Power Rangers, and to spend 3/4 of the movie on this Breakfast Club thing in order to like to manufacture some reason why they need to like why they can't morph, it just didn't seem very in line with what I remember from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers back in the day. So Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, again, my scale goes to 5. Unfortunately, this movie gets a 2 out of 5. It's just, you know, not my cup of tea. I wouldn't say it's a bad movie. It's not a 1, but I think it's a 2. And if I had to grade the last 30 minutes of the film, it's like a 3.5. For the last like 30 minutes when they're actually Power Rangers. That's when it gets cool. The rest of the movies are this kind of awkward Breakfast Club remake. So, anyway, if you like the Power Rangers, you might get a little nostalgia from this, but I don't think it's the best reproduction. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon. Go see The Odyssey this weekend if you haven't.